Once dismissed as the cockroach of the sea, a cheap meal reserved for prisoners, lobster has since flipped its fate, rising to become a global culinary luxury, with prices reaching up to $200 per kilogram. But have you ever wondered, how are hundreds of thousands of tons of lobster caught and processed each year before they proudly appear on your dining table? This dramatic turnaround begins in icy oceans, where each lobster is carefully harvested from rough seas and deep waters. From there, they enter modern factories, where cutting-edge technology transforms these once humble crustaceans into exquisite delicacies. Join Agriculture Insight on a breathtaking journey into the depths of the ocean, as we unveil the hidden struggles behind the lobster's incredible journey, from the cold blue waters to its place as a world-class dish on your plate. Let's dive in. Each year, the world catches and farms around 300,000 tons of lobster, generating a global revenue estimated at over $5 billion USD. Among this, the United States, especially the state of Maine, together with Canada, dominate the American lobster market, producing 120,000 to 150,000 tons annually, accounting for more than half of the world's total supply and affirming their position as global seafood powerhouses. Compared to ordinary shrimp, lobsters are not only 10 to 20 times more expensive, but also possess far superior nutritional value. Lobster meat contains about 1.5 times more protein while being exceptionally low in fat, making it ideal for a healthy diet. In addition, it is rich in zinc, selenium, and vitamin B12, rare micronutrients that boost immunity and support brain function. Lobsters captivate diners with their firm, sweet flavor, while astonishing scientists with their extraordinary traits. Many individuals can live 50 to 70 years, with some even surpassing 100 years. They wield a unique double weapon, a massive crusher claw, powerful enough to break open rock-hard shells, and a smaller, razor-sharp pincer claw as precise as a surgical blade. And now, join us as we embark on the long-awaited journey, the lobster harvest. As the first rays of summer sunlight break through, usually in June, Maine's fishermen prepare for their pursuit of the ocean's treasure, the lobster. This is the moment when these crustaceans are most active, creating the perfect conditions to set the traps and begin a journey that is as arduous as it is rewarding. For a lobster voyage to be considered successful, American fishermen uphold age-old traditions passed down through generations. First, they prepare the bait with great care, usually herring or cod, and it must be dead, the smellier the better, to lure lobsters. These pieces of bait are carefully placed inside large, sturdy traps. The boats are thoroughly inspected and maintained, equipped with powerful hauling systems, ready to brave rough seas and head into deep waters, where lobsters gather to spawn and hide among rocky reefs. Upon reaching the fishing grounds, the crew begins lowering intricately designed traps, built with one-way entrances that allow lobsters to crawl in easily but make escape nearly impossible. However, each trap also includes a special release opening to free undersized lobsters or other marine creatures, helping to protect the long-term sustainability of the fishery. Constructed from sturdy wire mesh, the traps are set at depths of 30 to 50 feet, depending on the seafloor terrain and the lobster's migratory habits. Finally, every trap is marked with a buoy floating silently on the waves, patiently awaiting the moment of harvest. After several hours of waiting or sometimes leaving the traps overnight, the crew begins the harvest, the most intense and anticipated stage of the lobster fishing journey. Rough seas, towering waves and biting winds cannot stop the skilled hands hauling heavy traps up from the depths, using sheer muscle or powerful mechanical winches. As soon as a trap touches the deck, it is immediately opened. The writhing lobsters are poured out and sorted right on board. Each individual is carefully inspected for size, gender, and overall health. Under the strict regulations of the U.S. Fisheries and Marine Resources Conservation Law, only lobsters with a carapace length between 3.25 and 5 inches, measured from the eye socket to the end of the shell, and not carrying eggs may be retained. Any lobsters that are undersized, oversized, carrying eggs, or any non-commercial species accidentally caught must be returned to the ocean. In the United States, these regulations are rigorously enforced to protect lobster populations and prevent overfishing. For fishermen, this is not just about obeying the law. It is a responsibility to preserve the sustainability of the fishery and secure resources for future generations. Finally, immediately after harvesting, the lobsters' powerful claws are bound with rubber bands to prevent them from injuring one another, reducing their market value, or from delivering a crushing pinch that no fisherman would ever want to feel. After sorting, the lobsters are placed into special holding tanks filled with clean seawater and equipped with continuous aeration systems to keep them alive. This step is crucial to ensure the lobsters maintain peak freshness until the vessel returns to port. Time is of the essence. Crew members work almost non-stop, averaging 16 to 20 hours a day to handle and preserve the catch properly. The water in these tanks is typically kept at 2 to 4 degrees Celsius, cold enough to slow the lobster's metabolism, reduce their activity, and conserve energy, yet not so cold as to cause shock or mortality. Alongside the traditional method of trap fishing, some American fishermen take a bolder approach, diving directly into the sea to harvest lobsters destined for high-end dining tables. This method is particularly effective in shallow waters, where lobsters hide deep within rocky crevices and coral reefs, places where traps often prove ineffective. Its clear advantage lies in allowing fishermen to selectively harvest only prime specimens, minimizing the capture of undersized lobsters or those carrying eggs. Yet the drawbacks are far from minor. The work demands exceptional physical strength, professional diving skills, and unwavering courage, as divers constantly face the risks of powerful currents, sharp objects on the seafloor, and even the unexpected reactions of the lobsters themselves. Each dive becomes more than just grueling physical labor. It is a mentally taxing ordeal, where every movement must be executed with absolute precision to avoid disturbance, safeguard human life, and preserve the pristine value of one of the ocean's most luxurious delicacies. The end of each lobster fishing voyage is a moment of bustle and anticipation. From there, the lobsters are swiftly transported to processing plants and distribution centers, where their journey from the ocean to the dining table continues to unfold. Upon arrival at the facility, lobsters immediately undergo a strict health check. Technicians measure body temperature, observe claw strength and reflexes, and examine shell color to assess overall condition. They are then carefully sorted by size and quality, a crucial screening step that ensures only those meeting the standards move forward to the next stage of processing. The qualified candidates are placed into containers and swiftly transferred to large holding tanks equipped with advanced aeration and seawater recirculation systems. Here, every parameter, oxygen, salinity, and temperature is precisely maintained, replicating the lobster's natural ocean environment. Water samples are regularly tested for pH, salinity, temperature, and dissolved oxygen, guaranteeing that all values remain at optimal levels, keeping the lobsters healthy and preserving their premium flavor until the final stage of processing. After the storage and inspection stage, lobsters are sorted once again by size and weight. In the United States and Canada, Fishermen make a clear distinction between two types: hard-shell lobsters, those that have shed their shells long ago, with thick shells, firm, fully packed meat, and a longer survival time, making them more valuable and destined for export or fine dining restaurants; and soft-shell lobsters, also known as new-shell, freshly malted lobsters with thinner shells and less filled meat, more fragile during transport, and therefore cheaper, mainly consumed locally. The qualified lobsters are packed alive into specialized insulated cartons. Inside, cold gel packs are added to maintain a consistently low temperature throughout transportation. Finally, these cartons of lobsters are distributed to domestic restaurants and supermarkets, or exported to international markets. But the journey of the lobster does not end there. Alongside the prime specimens kept alive for export or fine dining, those not suited to be sold whole, such as soft-shell lobsters that cannot survive long-distance transport, or individuals with broken claws or damaged shells, are directed into further processing. Here, the body, claws, and head are handled separately to produce premium frozen products. In the processing stage, lobsters are placed into a high-pressure processing (HPP) system. This technology allows the meat to be separated from the shell quickly and efficiently without the use of heat, preserving the lobster's natural flavor and nutritional value. The entire process typically takes about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the size of the lobster. After completing the HPP process, the lobster is separated into distinct parts such as the body, claws, and head. Each part then undergoes its own processing line to ensure optimal quality. The lobster body, once separated, is placed into a rapid freezing system at -40 degrees Celsius to achieve the required level of preservation, effectively halting microbial growth and locking in the natural flavor. Next, the frozen lobster bodies move along a conveyor belt to the automated sorting area. Here, they are categorized by size and weight to ensure uniformity across each product batch. After sorting, the lobster bodies are packed directly into specialized cartons designed to protect the product during transportation and storage. In addition, the lobster body and claws are also processed into convenient lobster meat packs, catering to consumer demand for high-quality products. First, workers begin the process of extracting lobster meat by hand or with specialized tools. They carefully remove the hard shell, skillfully separating the meat from the tail, claws, and body without breaking its natural structure. A trained worker can process about 100 to 150 lobsters per hour. Once extracted, the meat is placed into specialized plastic bags and vacuum sealed to remove air, preserving freshness and preventing bacterial growth. After packaging and vacuum sealing, the lobster meat bags are chilled at approximately 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius before being placed into the high-pressure processing HPP system. This method applies pressures of up to 1,000 megapascal to eliminate bacteria and extend shelf life, without the need for chemical preservatives. The process typically lasts 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the size and weight of each pack. After completing the HPP process, the lobster meat packs are placed into insulated boxes filled with gel ice or dry ice to maintain a stable cold temperature, ensuring product quality remains intact throughout transportation to distribution centers or storage facilities before reaching consumers. If China is the grouper capital with over 60% of the global supply, then the United States is the giant consumer, spending hundreds of millions of dollars each year on live and filleted grouper. From upscale seafood restaurants to family dinner tables, this gold from the sea is steadily capturing the American palate. Compared to tuna, a familiar star of the seafood world, Grouper is about 20 to 30% more affordable, yet boasts twice the omega-3 content, firm white flesh, low fat, and a mercury level that's only a quarter of what's found in many other large fish. Beyond being a stealthy predator in the wild, grouper possesses a remarkable natural ability. They can change sex. Once they reach a certain age or size, they transition from male to female. Their reproductive organs shift, hormones surge, and even their colors and behavior noticeably transform. This incredible sequential hermaphroditism ensures sustainable reproduction and makes groupers well-suited for aquaculture. Thanks to their adaptability, groupers can thrive in closed indoor farming systems using cement or composite tanks equipped with roofing and systems that control temperature and lighting. Juvenile groupers are reared in seawater that has been treated through mechanical and biological filtration, as well as UV sterilization, effectively removing impurities and pathogens. Once they reach the desired size for grow-out, they are transferred to outdoor ponds or sea cages, where the expansive space and natural water sources allow them to continue developing, producing firm meat and rich flavor comparable to their wild-caught counterparts. During the indoor nursery stage, young groupers are fed floating or sinking pellets that are high in protein and appropriately sized to fit their small mouths. The daily feed is divided into multiple meals to ensure a continuous supply of nutrients, helping the fish grow quickly, stay healthy, and successfully adapt when moved to outdoor environments. Once transferred to the outdoor environment, groupers are released into large grow-out tanks, typically round or square in shape, with high sturdy walls to maintain stable water levels. From above, the circular tanks resemble a chain of massive wells, their deep blue surfaces glistening under the sunlight, signaling a promising new growth phase for the young fish just out of the nursery. Seawater is continuously pumped through a system of pipes and recirculating filters, keeping the environment clean, oxygen-rich, and stable in salinity. Beneath the surface, groupers, the silent predators of coral reefs, grow slowly but steadily, developing firm flesh month by month. They prefer to swim leisurely near the bottom, occasionally darting upward to snap at prey. Thanks to the stable environment, their natural body patterns become more vibrant, and the flavor of their meat grows as rich and refined as that of wild-caught groupers. Groupers, once known as stealthy predators of coral reefs, are now methodically raised in modern aquaculture farms. Their feed is often locally produced, using a mix of fish meal, squid meal, fish oil, and essential minerals and vitamins, blended into a high-protein, easily digestible formula, and pelletized for each growth stage. The feeding process is fully automated, ensuring accurate timing and even distribution, helping the fish grow uniformly and stay healthy. When harvest season begins, the massive offshore cages are gradually tightened, herding the groupers toward the center. From the deep seabed, each 20 to 30 kilograms fish slowly emerges, their firm bodies and golden silver scales glistening in the sunlight, signaling they've reached peak condition. Fishermen work with swift yet precise movements, using soft, specialized nets to gently lift each fish from the water. The goal is to minimize any contact, as even a small scratch can lower the commercial value. The freshly caught groupers are immediately transferred into seawater tanks enriched with oxygen to maintain their health and reduce stress before being brought ashore. On deck, the harvest crew follows a strict procedure, checking water temperature and salinity, monitoring the condition of the fish, and ensuring each one meets quality standards. This is the culmination of over 2 years of careful farming, constant supervision, and modern technology. Each harvest isn't just an economic event, often worth tens of thousands of dollars, but also a testament to the seamless coordination between aquaculture techniques and fishermen's expertise. These prized catches are swiftly transported to processing plants, ensuring they remain as fresh as when they were still swimming in the sea. As soon as they arrive at the processing plant, the groupers are immediately sent through a high-pressure washing system, where cold water jets spray from multiple directions to remove impurities and thoroughly clean the fish before moving on to the next stages. From the washing area, qualified specimens are sorted, and the larger groupers, weighing between 30 and 50 kilograms, are directed into a specialized processing line. Handling these giants cannot rely solely on conventional industrial machinery. It requires the skilled hands of seasoned seafood processors to ensure precision in every step and to preserve the integrity of the meat. The process includes gutting, filleting, skinning, and portioning the fish so that each cut is even, visually appealing, and retains its natural structure. Large groupers are often pre-ordered by high-end restaurants or discerning culinary clients due to their richer flavor and exceptional firmness and elasticity compared to smaller fish. Their value can be many times higher than that of standard commercial groupers, not only because of their abundant meat, but also due to their rarity and premium quality. Each large grouper, once processed, becomes a prized ingredient, demanding meticulous attention and refined technique to create a final product that meets the highest standards. While large groupers require the skilled hands of seafood artisans to be carefully processed with precision cuts, standard commercial groupers are handled through an optimized industrial line designed to maximize efficiency and consistency. First, workers perform manual pre-processing steps. The process is closely monitored to ensure hygiene, quality, and uniformity before moving on to the next stage. Compared to many other marine fish species, grouper has relatively fewer and smaller bones. However, to meet the strict standards of high-end markets, processing plants still carry out an extremely meticulous deboning process. At traditional processing facilities, this step is often performed manually under high-intensity lighting. Each fillet is placed on a chilled stainless steel table where workers use specialized steel tweezers to remove every tiny bone. Because even a single missed bone can cause an entire shipment to be rejected in demanding markets like Japan or Europe. After filleting, the grouper meat is quickly rinsed with cold water to retain its freshness and remove any remaining impurities. Immediately afterward, each fillet is carefully sorted based on color, firmness, and the uniformity of the meat's grain. Only the highest grade portions proceed to the packaging stage, ensuring exceptional product quality. After being carefully inspected and graded, each grouper fillet is transferred to the IQF, Individual Quick Freezing System. This technology uses an intense blast of deep cold air to freeze the fillets within minutes without breaking the meat's natural structure. As a result, the freshness, color, and natural texture are preserved almost perfectly. Immediately after the first freezing, the fillets move on to the glazing process. Here, each fillet is gently dipped into a bath of pure cold water, forming an ultra-thin ice coating around the surface. This layer helps prevent moisture loss, oxidation, and freezer burn during long-term storage. The fillets are then frozen a second time to lock in the glaze, ensuring the product maintains its optimal quality until it reaches the consumer. For fillets that meet the required standards, The next stage is the automated packaging line. Workers perform a final check before placing the fillets into pre-shaped trays of exact standard weight, ensuring uniformity and visual appeal. The trays then pass through a modern vacuum sealing machine, which removes all air and seals them tightly, keeping the freshness for longer without the need for preservatives. Finally, the products are labeled, printed with traceability codes, and neatly packed into cold storage cartons, ready to be shipped to supermarkets and demanding export markets. A single grouper fillet may seem simple, but it is the culmination of an entire chain of advanced technology and meticulous craftsmanship at every step. Imagine yourself diving into the deep ocean, where fine sand and briny waters conceal ancient creatures that have existed for over 400 million years. Welcome to China, the global capital of sea cucumbers. Every year, this country produces and harvests more than 200,000 tons of sea cucumbers, accounting for over 2/3 of the world's supply and leaving all other competitors far behind in the international market. Sea cucumbers are often nicknamed sea dung because of their rough, bumpy appearance and their typical brown or black colors, which easily cause misunderstandings. In truth, however, they are better known as sea cucumbers, thanks to their elongated, plump bodies covered in prominent bumps that strikingly resemble fresh cucumbers on land. And have you ever wondered how such peculiar creatures actually breathe? Yes, you heard that right. Sea cucumbers breathe through their bottoms. Through tiny openings at the rear, they draw in oxygen-rich water and then expel it, sustaining their lives on the ocean floor. This extraordinary breathing method is the very secret that allows sea cucumbers to survive so remarkably in the vast ocean. This unique way of breathing not only helps sea cucumbers sustain life, but also facilitates their extraordinary mode of reproduction in the ocean's depths. In the wild, the male arches its body and gently releases sperm into the water, while the female releases eggs, allowing the two to merge and undergo external fertilization. The fertilized eggs then develop into free-swimming larvae, passing through several stages of transformation before finally settling on the seabed and becoming juvenile sea cucumbers. A miraculous journey that helps maintain the balance of the marine ecosystem. Yet in hatcheries, this natural script is deliberately rewritten by humans. Carefully selected broodstock are kept in separate tanks, and with just a shift in temperature, salinity, or sometimes a small dose of hormone, sea cucumbers simultaneously release their eggs and sperm. Farmers immediately collect them in clean seawater and actively mix them to ensure artificial fertilization. Thanks to this method, the success rate can reach 80 to 90%, many times higher than in the wild. From tiny fertilized eggs, larvae are born, grow through multiple stages, and eventually settle on the seabed, marking the beginning of a new life cycle shaped by human hands. And every journey has a beginning. Let us ride the waves back to the mudflats and coral reefs along the Pacific, where specialized vessels are preparing to launch the season of harvesting sea ginseng, the precious sea cucumber. The harvest season usually falls between late spring and early autumn, when tides, water temperature, and currents converge into ideal conditions. Beneath the deep blue waters, beams from diving lights and acoustic navigation devices sweep across the seabed, searching for traces of sea cucumbers hidden within fine sand. In the past, harvesting relied heavily on divers. But on an industrial scale, a faster and more efficient method than manual diving became essential, and the answer lies in the use of specialized bottom trawl nets. Large vessels equipped with GPS navigation, sonar, and seabed mapping systems allow captains to pinpoint sandy areas and seaweed meadows where sea cucumbers tend to gather. Once the sonar indicates a high density, the crew lowers wide trawl nets, designed with mesh sizes suitable for catching sea cucumbers, while minimizing the capture of rocks, corals, or non-target species. As the nets drag along the seabed, a thin layer of sediment is lightly stirred, sweeping sea cucumbers into the collection chamber. The entire process is carefully monitored to avoid excessive damage to the environment. After the set trawling time, the nets are hauled back onto the deck, unloading hundreds of kilograms of fresh sea cucumbers into seawater washing troughs to remove sand and mud. Immediately after this initial cleaning, all sea cucumbers must be transferred into large ice-filled bins or circulated chilling systems. The speed and yield of this method make it the top choice for large-scale harvesting operations. Right after being harvested and pre-cooled at sea, sea cucumbers are packed into large plastic containers, sealed tightly, and neatly loaded onto refrigerated trucks. The internal temperature is kept stable at all times to prevent decomposition and preserve freshness. From the port, the trucks transport the sea cucumbers directly to the processing plant to begin production. As soon as the fresh batches of sea cucumbers arrive at the factory, they are immediately sent to the washing area to remove mud, sand, and mucus clinging to their bodies. Clean seawater flows continuously, rinsing away impurities and restoring their naturally smooth surface. After being washed a second time at the plant, the fresh sea cucumbers are transferred to stainless steel preparation tables, where workers wear full protective gear, gloves, and masks to ensure absolute hygiene. Before starting, workers must thoroughly wash and disinfect their hands using a specialized system, eliminating bacteria and contaminants so that the handling process takes place under the strictest sanitary conditions. The main tools are specialized knives or small stainless steel scissors, sharp enough for precision but not overly sharp, allowing easy handling. Workers carefully slit open the sea cucumber's belly, remove the intestines and internal waste while keeping the outer body intact. After the preliminary processing is completed, a portion of the fresh sea cucumbers is immediately transferred to the processing area to produce dried sea cucumbers, a product that can be stored for a long time and is convenient for transportation. Once thoroughly cleaned, the sea cucumbers are placed into boiling pots filled with seawater or a precisely measured saline solution. This process not only helps stabilize the texture of the flesh, but also preserves the distinctive, briny flavor of the ocean. Containing about 90% water, the flesh of sea cucumbers contracts under heat, releasing moisture and shrinking by approximately 30 to 50% of their original size. This shrinkage not only makes the sea cucumbers firmer, but also concentrates the sweetness and nutritional value within each strand of flesh. Due to the significant weight loss after processing, sea cucumbers are classified as a premium seafood. Every gram of the final product is precious, contributing to their high economic value and special status in the international market. Immediately afterward, they are neatly arranged on stainless steel drying trays, each spaced just enough to allow cold air to circulate evenly. The drying process takes place at an extremely low temperature, around 40 degrees Celsius, in a dehumidified and continuously ventilated environment. This temperature allows the remaining moisture to evaporate gradually, preventing cracks or surface deformation. Depending on the size and thickness of the flesh, the drying time can last from several hours to several days. The result is dried sea cucumbers with an intact shape, appealing color, rich flavor, and the ability to be stored for months or even years, while still retaining their nutritional value. Once the sea cucumbers have gone through the drying process and reached the required level of dryness, they are transferred to the packaging area, where every step takes place in a clean environment with strictly controlled temperature and humidity. First, each batch of dried sea cucumbers is weighed precisely to ensure the exact quantity as specified in the order. Workers then carefully place the products into plastic bags or vacuum-sealed pouches, removing as much air as possible to prevent moisture and extend shelf life. After vacuum sealing, the bags are tightly sealed and labeled with detailed product information, packing date, and expiration date. Next, the individual packages are placed into cartons or sturdy paper boxes, with added moisture-absorbing packets or bubble wrap for protection during transportation. The finished products are then stored in cold warehouses or refrigerated containers, ready to be exported worldwide or distributed to high-end restaurants and supermarkets. The journey of an orange begins long before it ripens on the tree. It takes about 5 to 8 years for an orange tree to mature and start producing fruit. Throughout the growth cycle of orange trees, they are watered by an automatic irrigation system. Farmers use modern machinery to ensure the best care for their crops. Automatic sprayers with high-pressure systems evenly cover the entire canopy. At the same time, specialized pruning machines with sharp blades remove dry or unnecessary branches, allowing the trees to grow healthier and receive better sunlight exposure. Weeding is also regularly controlled by machine to help the orange trees not lose nutrients. Throughout the summer, the oranges gradually grow and develop, reaching their peak ripeness by late fall or early winter, just in time for a bountiful harvest season. Before the harvest begins, farmers inspect the oranges for color and size to ensure they meet quality standards. Once everything is ready, modern orange harvesting machines take over the hard work, using two main types of equipment: row harvesters and tree shakers. First, let's talk about the row harvester. This type of machine is a favorite on large-scale farms. Equipped with soft brushes or vibrating rods on either side, the harvester moves through the rows of trees. The brushes gently shake the oranges loose, causing them to drop onto a built-in conveyor belt. The conveyor belt performs a quick initial sorting of the fruit before transferring the oranges into collection bins on a trailer attached to the harvester. This method is highly efficient, allowing farmers to harvest tens of tons of oranges in just a single day. Each orange harvester has a special mechanism that helps it drop the oranges without damaging the tree. However, this machine is only suitable for orange farms where the trees are neatly pruned for the machine to pass through. For other orange orchards, there are harvesters that operate on a similar shaking principle, but don't need to move through the trees. These machines can harvest more effectively from larger trees and denser branches, optimizing yield while maintaining fruit quality. Next up are the tree shakers. These machines are designed with a mechanical arm that grips the trunk of the orange tree and generates strong but controlled vibrations. The ripe oranges fall onto large collection tarps spread around the base of the tree. The farmer then collects the nets and places them in baskets ready for transport. Whether it's row harvesters or tree shakers, these modern machines make quick work of what used to be a labor-intensive process, ensuring the oranges are harvested quickly and efficiently while maintaining their quality. Freshly picked oranges are transported from the orchards to the factory in specialized trucks, ensuring they stay fresh and flavorful throughout the journey. At the factory, the oranges are unloaded at the receiving area, where staff perform a quick quality and ripeness check. Once approved, the oranges are sent directly to the processing line to begin their transformation. The first step in the factory is a thorough wash. Oranges are fed into an automated washing system, where they are cleaned using fresh water and high-pressure spray nozzles. Gentle rotating brushes remove any dirt, debris, or chemicals clinging to the peels. This step ensures the oranges meet the highest hygiene standards before moving on to the next stages of processing. After washing, the oranges are transferred to the manual sorting area. Here, skilled workers inspect each orange to remove any that are bruised, damaged, or don't meet quality standards. This hands-on step is crucial to guarantee that only the best oranges proceed to production, ultimately enhancing the quality of the final juice or product. Once the initial sorting is complete, the selected oranges are sent through a computer vision system for precise grading. Using advanced sensors and cameras, this cutting-edge technology evaluates the color, size, and shape of each orange. Any oranges that fall short of the set standards are automatically removed from the line, ensuring only top-tier fruit continues in the production process. The freshly sorted oranges are fed into mechanical juicing systems, where entire oranges are pressed directly without the need to cut them in half. These machines are equipped with rotating drums or high-pressure presses that squeeze the oranges tightly, extracting the juice from the pulp. A built-in filtration system removes small impurities, leaving behind a pure, rich, and nutrient-packed stream of orange juice. This closed-loop process maximizes juice extraction while preserving the natural flavor of the fruit. Once extracted, the pure orange juice is transferred to large fermentation tanks for the next step. In these controlled environments, the juice undergoes natural fermentation, developing unique flavors and enhanced nutritional properties. The duration of fermentation varies depending on the final product, typically ranging from a few hours to several days. After the orange juice enters the fermentation stage, samples are collected for quality testing. The process includes measuring pH levels, sugar content, and conducting microbial analysis to ensure a stable and safe fermentation environment. Additionally, experts assess the taste, color, and perform chemical tests to ensure the product meets the highest standards before moving on to the packaging stage. After fermentation, the orange juice moves to the bottling area. Automated filling machines precisely measure and fill each bottle. The bottling process takes place in a sterile environment to ensure the product's quality and freshness. Each bottle is sealed immediately after filling. Orange juice bottles are automatically grouped into 6-pack bundles, stacked into layers on pallets by robots, and securely wrapped with shrink film for safe transportation and storage. Orange juice is a staple in American households, celebrated for its rich vitamin C content, which boosts the immune system and promotes overall health. Beyond its nutritional benefits, it's a quick and delicious way to stay hydrated and energized. The history of orange juice in America dates back to the early 20th century, when advancements in pasteurization made it a popular and safe beverage choice. Today, orange juice remains a symbol of health and a classic part of the American lifestyle. Besides bottling, orange juice can also be packaged in glass bottles or in boxes, depending on the manufacturer. Let's explore both of these processes. First is bottling in glass. Next is the process of packing orange juice into paper boxes. In addition to orange juice, a portion of the harvest is used to produce orange marmalade in factories. First, the chopped oranges are cooked with sugar and a little pectin to achieve the desired consistency. This process takes place in industrial kettles, where temperature and cooking time are carefully controlled to preserve the natural flavor and color of the oranges. Once the marmalade reaches the perfect consistency, It is poured into glass jars or plastic containers using automated filling systems on conveyor belts. This filling process occurs in a sterile environment, ensuring that each jar contains the same amount of marmalade and remains free of contamination. The jars are then sealed automatically with either twist-off or snap-on lids, depending on the packaging type. Next, the jars move through an automatic labeling system, where labels with detailed information such as ingredients, expiration dates, and barcodes are securely applied. Sensors on the conveyor belt verify that each label is properly aligned and undamaged. After labeling, the jars undergo a final quality check before being packed into cartons and sealed for distribution. For fresh consumption, oranges are often hand-picked to ensure they remain pristine. This process requires a high level of skill and patience, as each orange is carefully removed from the branch using specialized clippers or small knives. This ensures the stem and peel remain intact. Harvesters gently inspect the ripeness and quality of each orange while still in the orchard. After picking, the oranges are placed in baskets or crates, carried on the workers' backs to prevent bruising. For fruit growing higher up, farmers use sturdy ladders, climbing up to carefully pluck each orange from the tallest branches. These ladders are more than just tools. They're trusted companions, helping harvesters reach the juiciest, ripest oranges tucked away in the canopy. These orange pickers are often immigrants to the U.S. and are typically paid $15 per hour, or based on productivity at around $1 per bin, working about 10 hours a day. They work very hard to make a living and support their families. Once the baskets are full, the oranges are transferred into small trucks and taken to a central storage area. This meticulous process ensures that the oranges maintain their premium quality, making them ideal for fresh consumption or high-end processing. After being carefully harvested from the orchards, oranges begin their next journey at modern packing facilities, where advanced technology and scientific processes ensure fresh, high-quality fruit reaches consumers quickly and efficiently. The first step in the factory is cleaning the oranges. They are sent through a high-pressure water spray system paired with automated rotating brushes that remove dirt, debris, and natural wax from their peels. Many modern facilities go a step further, using ozone-treated water or a mild disinfectant solution to ensure absolute hygiene. This process leaves the oranges sparkling clean and ready for the next stages. After cleaning, the oranges are placed on conveyor belts for sorting. Here, modern sensors or skilled workers inspect and sort the fruit based on size, color, and overall quality. Only the best oranges move forward to the next processing steps, while substandard ones are redirected for use in byproducts like animal feed. After being initially sorted by workers, the oranges are transferred to an automated sorting system that uses computer vision for detailed quality inspection. High-tech cameras capture images of each orange as they move along the conveyor belt, analyzing color, size, and any surface defects. The system uses artificial intelligence algorithms to compare these features against predefined standards and automatically sorts the oranges into different quality categories. Oranges that fail to meet the standards are immediately removed, while those that pass are sent to the packaging area. This process ensures high accuracy, increases efficiency, and significantly reduces processing time compared to fully manual sorting. Next, the premium oranges are sent to the packing area, where they are carefully arranged into cardboard boxes, mesh bags, or reusable plastic trays, depending on market requirements. Automated packing lines ensure that each package is secure, visually appealing, and provides maximum protection for the oranges during transportation. From harvest to packing, every step in this process ensures that fresh, high-quality oranges are delivered to homes and markets worldwide. In addition, oranges are transported on a semi-automatic conveyor belt. Workers stand along the conveyor belt to assist in manually inspecting oranges, ensuring only high-quality fruit is packed. Finally, a labeling machine applies a label or brand to each package, and workers double-check for accuracy before the packages continue to be stacked on pallets. After the oranges are placed into trays, The trays are transported on a conveyor to the palletizing system. A robotic arm with precise grippers stacks the trays into organized, stable layers on a pallet. After packing, the oranges are moved to cold storage facilities, where temperature and humidity are carefully regulated. This ensures that each orange retains its freshness, natural flavor, and nutritional value until it reaches consumers. By maintaining the cold chain throughout, the journey of the oranges is perfectly optimized to deliver top-quality fruit to homes, markets, and stores. And there you have it, a complete look at how American farmers harvest and process billions of pounds of oranges every year. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating exploration. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more captivating stories about the world of agriculture. Goodbye for now, and see you in the next video.